When we study the history of changes in economic system of the world, the oldest system that comes before our eyes is feudalism. In feudalism, there were two classes of society. One was landowners, and other class was serfs. In this system, a person's fate was sealed at the time of its birth, because when one person was born as a serf, there was no chance of him becoming a landowner. As time passed, and with growing industrialization and urbanization, a new system came into being which was known as imperialism. In this economic system, imperialistic powers exploited their colonies' natural resources in order to enrich themselves. But with the progress of time, and owing to greater resistance by the people of these colonies, this system was abandoned. In place of imperialism, another new system arose, which is known as capitalism. Capitalism has its roots in Protestant Reformation movement. According to these Protestants, the sole purpose of human life was to be happy, and the only source of happiness was money. And in order to be happy, man needs to earn as much money as possible. Hence, the sole purpose of capitalist is to earn as much money as possible. In capitalistic system, the society has been divided into two major social classes. The first class is less in number, and they are the industrialists who owns means of production and are extremely rich, while second class is greater in numbers and is known as working class. They are the one who work in these industries and earn wages. In this system, mobility from one class to another is not impossible but nearly impossible. Everything changed when one person in Germany, who observed that capitalism was just another variant of feudalism and imperialism, proposed another economic model, which is known as the accursed communism. His name was Karl Marx. According to this economic model, which presented the roadmap of future, stated that due to exploitation of working class by rich industrialists, a revolution will occur, led by majority working class, which will overthrow these minority rich people. And in the end, a classless society will be formed with wealth belonging to everyone rather than to just one minority group of individuals. USA and USSR were locked in a brutal Cold War that lasted for 4 decades, and it was simply war between communism and capitalism. Both of these superpowers wanted to prove that their economic model was the best in the world, hence should be implemented worldwide. Even though communism model was not workable because people had no incentive to be productive, this model was taken as a severe threat by policymakers in Washington and Europe. The reason was simple: because the ills which communism identified were indeed real, and out of which the first one being the division society between the class of minority rich people, which are the most privileged people in the world, and the class of majority working class, which are underprivileged and more often lives extremely frugal lives. The second ill which was identified by communism was the ability of capitalists to accumulate unlimited amount of wealth with no restriction whatsoever. The consequence of accumulation of unlimited wealth is an unbridgeable economic gap between working class and rich class. Although Uncle Sam won the Cold War and capitalism became the default economic model of the world, but its ills have gotten worse over the years. The resentment of majority working class against minority rich class is on the rise, and will become worse with the progress of time. As we see in this modern world, the rich are getting richer with concentration of wealth and power in few hands are ever increasing at an alarming state. The ills of capitalism are becoming severe, and any new economic model that promised to cure these ills of capitalism could once again throw the world into chaos, and may cause the start of Third World War, and potentially end the human civilization as we know it. As long as ills of capitalism are not treated, the world will not become a better place. At first stage, there would be explosion of growth of middle class, but as inflation rises and there is an economic slowdown, the rapidly increasing middle class will shrink, and this cycle will continue, and as a result, resentment toward rich will keep increasing, leading to anarchy and chaos in the society. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel.